This is my 4-hour same-day baguette recipe. No sourdough, no poolish, no overnight proof, no complicated folds. So let's get started. To start off, I'm using a 60-40 blend of Fina patent flour at 10.7% protein and Caputo pizzeria flour at 12.5% protein, respectively. That gives me an average protein content of about 11.6%. So, take 240 grams of water and add half of it to the bowl. Add the yeast and mix until dissolved. Add the sugar, and again mix until dissolved. Add half the flour and mix. Then add the rest of the flour and mix again until it forms a shaggy dough. Add the salt and mix. Then add the remaining water until it forms a pasty dough. Then cover and film and let the dough rest and hydrate for 15 minutes. Use a spatula to lift and stretch the dough from the bottom to the top. Turn the bowl slightly and repeat this motion for about 3 minutes. Cover the bowl with film and let the dough rest for 1 hour. After an hour, flour the work surface and the top of the dough. Run your fingers around and under the edge of the dough to loosen it, taking care not to degas the dough in the middle. Then turn the bowl upside down so the dough slaps onto the floured surface and divide the dough into 3 equal pieces. Personally, I like to do this visually by eye and hand, but you can use scales if preferred. Oh, and I forgot to mention, it's worth turning the dough over after removing from the bowl to coat the sticky side in flour, making it easier to cut. If one piece is heavier, cut a little from the heavy piece and add it to the lighter one. Now, fold the top half to the center, gently pressing down on the seam, and do the same for the other side. Now, rotate the parcel 90 degrees. Now take the edge of the dough nearest to you and gently roll it over towards the front, pressing lightly with your fingers to seal the seam from end to end. This rolling creates radial tension along the length of the dough, and that surface tension helps the baguette hold its shape and not ooze out flat. It also allows it to spring properly in the oven. Cover with film and let the pieces rest for 15 minutes. Now, why do we rest the dough for 15 minutes after dividing? If you think of gluten like a bunch of stretched elastic bands, when the dough is divided and shaped, these bands tighten up and fight back. The 15-minute rest lets the gluten relax so the dough becomes soft and easy to shape without resistance or tearing. After the 15-minute rest, repeat the same gentle motion, taking the back edge and bringing it to the front. Stay very gentle so the air bubbles in the center are preserved. Once the roll is complete, use the ball of your palm, dab it in flour and use it to stamp and seal the baguette to retain the air bubbles and the overall shape of the baguette. Now, lightly roll from the centre outwards, remaining conscious not to push too much air out of the baguette. Make sure the ends of each baguette are pointed for a traditional look. And after rolling, gently shorten them if needed so they fit nicely in the tray without the tips getting crushed. Place a sheet of baking paper onto a wire mesh tray and flour the paper well so the baguettes don't stick. Now check your baguette for the seam. You should see a long seam along the length of it, and make sure that this is on the underside. Once you're ready, place the baguettes onto the tray. Now form a crease between each baguette and pull up to form a makeshift couche. Cover with a damp cloth and leave to proof for about 1.5 hours. After about 1.5 hours of proofing, gently poke the dough. It should spring back slowly and feel very gaseous inside. Worth noting though, with high hydration dough, it won't bounce back as vigorously like lower hydration dough would. So a gentle return with the feeling of lots of air inside is what you're looking for. Now flour the baguettes generously with a sieve and lightly brush over the flour with a brush, or you can use your fingers. You could also not smooth over the flour if you really want the village bakery rustic look. It's up to you. Now for scoring, this is where a lot of people struggle with high hydration dough. A sharp razor blade is going to beat a baker's knife, a servie knife or a kitchen knife hands down when it comes to 80% hydration dough. So I recommend just buy a typical shaving razor, which is literally razor sharp, and it will cut straight through the dough effortlessly. Now you want to cut into the dough about 1 to 1.5 centimeters. Try your best to cut at an angle. This way only one flap lifts up, creating that nice raised ear. But as a word of warning, don't cut too deep. If you imagine the gas inside the dough is like a balloon, when you score, you're giving that balloon a place to push out. If you cut too deep, you pop the balloon. There's nothing left underneath to push the flap open, so the score just sinks in. Now preheat the oven to 250 degrees Celsius, and if you don't have a built-in steam tray, place a flat tray underneath where you would put your baguettes. Give your baguettes several spritzes, then place into the oven. And once again, give them a few more. Then pour the boiling water into the tray and be conscious not to leave that oven door open longer than a few seconds to preserve the heat. You want a high temperature whilst the bread springs, so I leave the oven at 250 degrees Celsius for the first 5 minutes, and then I drop the temperature down to 230 for the remaining 15. Also 10 minutes in, I make sure to remove the water tray from the oven and open the oven door for a few seconds to let the steam out and allow the baguettes to bake and crisp. And here is the final result. For a 4-hour workload, the crumb is somewhat open and not microscopic. The crunch is magnificent, and the textures and flavours are incredibly satisfying. Wow. I've been experimenting with baguettes for quite a while now, and it took me several attempts to nail this version. But the good news is, even my early tries tasted great. So don't worry if your first batch isn't perfect, it's still going to taste way better than anything you're going to buy in a store. So that's my 4-hour baguette. If you try this, drop your results in the comments, even the terrible and messy ones. I'd love to hear how these turned out for you. Next time I make a baguette, I'll be using poolish and an overnight proofing method. This way you'll have the open crumb structure that you see from so many of those professional videos out there. But for this video, I just wanted a quick and easy recipe to create amazing baguettes. Hope it works for you. See you in the next one.